Hey everyone, Tracy here from Paper Closet Designs, and today I'm going to put some videos together using the software, and we're going to start with Cricut, and I'm going to show you how I did these printable Valentine cards. So these are the Gnome 3x4 printable Valentines, and you can get them for Cricut or Silhouette or any of your machines that use an SVG file. So this one is There Is No One Like You. And then we have XOXO, and they all say to from down here on the bottom. And then You Are My Favorite Gnome. And these can all be printed, and then they just cut out the edge, and then each set comes with a little envelope. A little envelope, and they have a seal on them. So this one has the 3 heart seal. I've already glued it down. And then they just pop open, and you can slip your little cards in there. So I want to show you how to do the print and cut using these files with the Cricut. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we are in the Cricut Design Space, and I am on the home page. And if you haven't used Cricut for a little bit, the home page has changed just a little. I'm not going to get into it too much, but this will be what pops up when you first open your software, the Design Space. So we're going to go to New Project. I've already got something on there, so ask me if I want to replace it. Okay, now when we're in the canvas area, this is where we're going to do our work. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and upload that image. So I'm going to click on Upload and come over here to Upload Images. And I'm just going to do drag and drop because I've already got it open. So I'm going to find the file where my Valentine Gnome printable cards are, and it's going to look like this. This one with both lines, you won't have that one. This is my working file. Okay, so we're going to click on Design Space. If you're in Cricut, make sure that you choose the Design Space because those are designed for use with your Cricut. Okay, we're going to click on this bottom one. This is the one with score lines. I'm going to bring it over and open it up. And you can change the name up here if you want to. You can tag it. I always tag mine with the company that I bought it from, just because it's easier to remember sometimes the company than the actual product. And I'm going to do Valentine's and printable cards. And then you can add as many tags as you want. We're going to go ahead and hit Upload. And there is our images all ready to go. So I'll go ahead and select it and then add to canvas over here. And it's going to bring it up. It's the right size. So now all we need to do is get this ready to print and then add your score lines. So I'm going to ungroup it first. Let's work with the envelope first. So we have score lines, but if you'll know from past experience that if you bring in something with a score line outside of Cricut, those are actually cut lines. And if I were to send it as it is right now, it would just cut those little tabs off. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come over here to my Layers panel, and where it says Basic Cut, I'm going to select those score lines and come up to Operations, do my drop down and find Score. Now it turns those into perforation lines, but they're actually score lines. They're going to cut with a scoring wheel or a scoring stylus. I need to also attach them to my envelope. So if I come back over to my Layers panel and click on the group that has Valentine Gnome, that has the score line and the envelope, I can now attach it. And that is ready to cut. And I'll show you that in a minute. This is your little heart seal. That's an optional piece. Now I want to turn all of my printables or my little cards into printables, because if I were to send it to the Cricut machine right now, it's going to cut out everything that has a black line around it. So it even wants to cut out those little things that say to and from. And I guess you could do that if you wanted to, but these were designed to be printed. So with the whole group selected, I'm going to come over to my Layers panel and click Flatten. And that changes it to a print and cut. And I'm going to do that with each individual group. And now the cut lines are gone, and these have become print then cut. And if you're not sure, you can check over here on your layers panel. So I have 3 images that are print then cut. I have my envelope, which is attached, has the score lines and the envelope. And then I have my little hearts. I've got something else going on over here. This might have been from another project, so I'm going to just turn it off. And then I'll go back and check the file and make sure that it's not on there anymore. Okay, once this is ready, we are going to go ahead and hit Make It. And I'm not hooked up to my machine, so this is as far as I can go, but that's okay because it'll be different depending on if you're using Explorer, the Maker, or whatever you're doing. So in the preview panel, you'll notice that there are 3 print then cut images. They're right there. So excuse me, when you go to the next screen, you'll print those first. Then you lay it on your mat just like it shows, and what happens is that little eye that's in your machine right next to the blade is going to go and find this black line, and once it's found that, it will know exactly where to cut so that these are the squares. If we click on our envelope, there is the envelope with the score lines. It says you're going to score it first and then cut it. And then there is your little heart seal for the back. The only difference is if I were to use the one with the perforation lines, so when I opened up my file, let me just show you down here, there's another option that says perforation lines, and that one, the lines are already attached, but they're perforation lines, so you would not use a score tool, you would use your blade, and it's just going to cut little tiny perforation lines. So some people like those lines better and some like the score lines. But that is all there is to it, and it is ready to go. I've got a whole bunch of these sets. I hope you like them. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe down below, and thank you for joining me.